Why you gonna put Facebook to that?
We always do.
Oh, I saw a video. Why you gonna put Facebook to that?
We always do.
Oh no, I saw a video on Facebook. What's that from?
Welcome everybody to the Lunchtime Banter podcast. I am your host Jora, alongside with my co-host Kevin, Gurjot, and Preeti, and this is episode number 12. Thanks for joining us. Yo, any of you guys check out? Did you guys hear about the Facebook controversy?
No.
No, I haven't heard anything.
So Facebook had an app, which they were pretty straightforward with their app. It was like data collection app or something to that effect. But basically, the app was meant to collect data, and they paid the users $20 a month if they joined the app or whatever. So the problem is what they did was, when you have like are you over 18 kind of legal statement or whatever. So the headlines are a little bit blown out of proportion, where they're like Facebook was collecting data from teenagers and all that kind of stuff. They were, but that wasn't their intent. Their intent was to just have people sign up for this. But the warning that says, are you over 18 was just yes or no, right? It's like the verification for it was, quite small. So anyways, Apple found out about this. And because I guess the developer apps have a certain code of conduct, right? That they have to kind of follow certain rules. Apple straight up wiped out all of Facebook's developer apps. So like Facebook ran a lot of their platforms on the back end for their own staff, like to book their flights, their travel arrangements, from ordering their lunches, you name it. Like all their back end shit ran through their developer apps on Apple, and Apple, like Thanos, with a snap of a finger, shut them down. Facebook went into absolute chaos for like a few days, and they were trying to negotiate with Apple on how, come on, like let us back or whatever. We're sorry.
We're sorry. We're sorry, man. Lay it back on.
But how crazy is that? Because if you think about it, everybody always thinks like, Facebook's so big, but with a snap of a finger, Apple had that much control on their platform that they just said, fuck you.
Well, the first
and
company that made
out.
it $1 trillion, right? Value.
Yeah.
So it's the biggest company.
Well, adjusted for inflation, it should be the East India Trading Company. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Why'd you send me that? I want to look into that.
Hey, didn't Google kind of do the same thing?
Google realized that, oh shit, we kind of have an app that wasn't as clear. Yeah. Theirs was called like screen time capture or something like that. Yeah. So Apple, shut them down as well, but not to the extent that they did to Facebook. Yeah. But I think part of this was Apple was just flexing, being like, you guys think you guys are big? Fuck you. We're going to show you what's up. Which is actually really scary to think about, that Apple has that much power over some other big platforms.
Well, I fucking hate Facebook. And that Zuckerberg, Zuggy.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Ziggy.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. I hate that guy.
Zuckerberg.
That's why I don't really care. But yeah, if it was just like a company that I really cared about, I'd be like, holy shit. But why didn't they have it on Google? Like, why didn't they have it spread across? Like, one side just shuts it down.
Well, I'm sure they probably had this developer app similar on the Android platform as well. But I think a big majority of their organization probably runs on Apple.
Oh, just because they're on the Apple iPhones.
Exactly, iPhones. Even if you look at, when they launch new apps and stuff like that, there's more development on the Apple side than there is on the Android side. And the reason being is Apple, when they release a phone, they release, these 3 models. So for developers, it's really easy. They can literally customize the app to those 3 models, bang, done. Easy to do the updates. Android, you've got 100, 1,000 different devices, so it's harder for them to optimize for each device, right? So that's where the Apple platform for developers is a lot easier to work with.
But where that made no sense to me was like that. Okay, they already had this app on their phone.
Yeah. So
they're using this app. That data goes through them or something back to the Apple Store. I don't get it, because I thought once you had an app that you could still use it, like. I understand that they took it out of their App Store.
It out of the App Store.
Yeah, so you can't download it.
No, they can disable it.
Yeah, they can disable it.
Yeah, they can straight out, and that's what people are talking about. Like, how do they have that? Like, that's the amount of control they have that they just went, bang, disable the app.
Okay, they shouldn't have that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have that. They should have like, hey, I don't want that. We don't want it on the App Store anymore, so you can't download it again. They should have that power 100%. That's their App Store.
Yeah.
But when you download it and they're like, no, we're going to disable that fucking app that you already downloaded, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the difference between Apple and Android is because Android is an open platform.
Yeah.
You can literally download
You
anything.
can literally download
Yeah,
anything.
anything.
And
It just
do
warns
anything.
you. That's what
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. That's why they're talking about like, isn't it freaky how Apple has this much control? Because if they really wanted to,
Yeah.
because once you're sucked into their ecosystem,
Yeah,
they could just be like, yeah, no, you're not using anything else except our shit.
Yeah.
But that's what they've kind of already done.
They have
with
done
their,
that.
They have their
People don't
Apple
realize it.
Because I didn't think that many people listened to used Apple Podcasts to listen to stuff. And it was after seeing our stats and shit that I realized like a lot of people use Apple.
Yeah,
for
I didn't think
everything.
the initial numbers were going to hit Apple that much. Because
Yeah.
like, most of us have.
Because we all have Androids.
yeah.
Like I was
Our Apple numbers are actually, I think,
It's like
almost
50,
almost 40%
Yeah.
of total,
Yeah.
and then the other
And
segment
everything
is,
else
is broken down into Spotify and the other ones.
Web.
Yeah, but Apple, it did surprise me as well.
Yeah. But that's kind of what Apple's always done is they force you into their ecosystem, and then once you're so deep in their ecosystem, you can't even get out.
So shouldn't this be like a light bulb for people to get the fuck out of there?
It should be, but people want to do the easy thing. Apple's nice and easy.
It's easy.
and
so
it's
easy.
so like,
That's what I.
and
That's
the
what
problem.
that's what I hear from most people. They're like, "Oh, it's so easy." Like, "Oh, how do I do this on your
Yeah.
phone?" I'm like, "Dude, do you even know how to use a computer? Like, it's the
Yeah.
same as Windows or something. Like, you figure it out. You press a button over here."
I think Apple is making people dumber
Oh yeah, 100%.
because it's
never thought about
oversimplifying
Yeah,
things.
dude. Last time I was at the Apple store, I was just kind of browsing. I'd never been in one, and I was just checking it out.
It's really cool though.
And,
I like it.
And some older lady had just bought a phone, walked outside and stuff, came back in and was like, "Can you put a lock on this? Like, how do you lock it? Like, put a passcode lock on this? If you can't even do that for your own phone, like, just
But that's an old.
no
lady.
wonder."
But that's old lady.
She was like 40s, like
What
old,
the
older.
fuck?
You're
Not
calling
like
a
old
40.
40.
Hold on, first of all,
Holy.
you're calling
Older.
a
I said
Oh,
older.
no,
He
you
said
didn't.
old lady.
Old lady.
He said
Did I
old
say
lady.
old lady?
Old lady, I was thinking 65
65 plus.
No.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
She was like
I was thinking of like if my
to-
grandma were to
You're
walk.
fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked. Some of our
older. I meant
some
okay?
people that we hang out
I
are
know.
right there. You're gonna
Yeah.
offend a few people.
But it was just so surprising. Like somebody could buy this phone, just like like you just drop $1,000 on a phone, walk out of the store, and you have no idea how it even
so
works.
One of
old
my-
lady, I was like, okay, that's okay. But like, if they're 40 somewhere, right? That's just a lady, by the way. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. But then, what the fuck? What were you using before?
Exactly.
That's where I'm confused. What the
But
hell were you
that's the
using
thing.
before?
She probably was using an iPhone before.
she still didn't know.
But
So she got
somebody
somebody
else
else to do
had
it.
done it for her, and so it's just like this. People don't want that freedom and stuff, and so like it's more. People do kind of feel comfier not having the options to do all that stuff, and that's why a lot of people don't like Android is because they think they're going to get viruses and stuff because it's so open.
Dude,
you can't.
I've had a couple of my phones, right? I've downloaded the shadiest
Dude,
shit you're
same.
saying. I was like, fuck it, I want to see a
Yeah.
virus come out of this bitch. Never got shit. And like
Exactly.
people are like, oh, don't download this, don't download this. It has a virus. I'm like, okay.
It's really, it's really
Let's
difficult.
see.
It's ridiculous.
It's really difficult to get a virus on your phone.
Yeah.
It's probably going to become more common in the future, but it's really difficult. One of my biggest pet peeves is people who are inept at using basic technology. Like it
Yeah.
fucking drives me.
Whoa,
crazy.
but in your head, there better be a number of age. If they're over this, you gotta forgive it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like so my number of age for that would be if you are 40 plus.
Oh really? You're that forgiving?
I'm
me, it's like
mine's
50.
50, 55.
Oh, mine's 60. I'm like,
Actually,
because
no.
think about it.
You just
phones
said
have been
old
around-
lady.
Yeah, man. You have no fucking.
Your ages are all over the
Actually,
place.
no. Okay.
I don't know how old people are.
No, I agree. 50. 50 is the number. Actually, no.
You got to kind of look at it because
It
phones have
depend-
been out for 10 years.
I'm not-
55,
now.
55.
I'm not just talking about phones. So I'm
No,
gonna
overall,
I'm gonna
overall.
stick
Yeah,
with 40.
overall.
I'm gonna stick with 40.
What?
Just because of what
So anybody over 40, it's okay if they don't know it.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's okay. I still think it's like you need to work on yourself and get this shit.
Work on
But
yourself.
like at 40, there's a certain level in my mind that you should know. And like
Okay,
if you
okay.
don't, like get
Oh,
the
you got
fuck
levels to
outta
the shit.
here.
You're
Yeah,
saying.
I got
okay,
levels to
okay,
this stuff.
then right over.
Yeah.
okay.
Like up to 40. And
You
this
better
is
know
what-
basically everything.
You better know how to use Microsoft Word, Excel, like
I don't even
install a
know.
printer. That kind of dude. I'm telling you, this is what drives me nuts. Excel is the most handy
Oh yeah. Oh,
tool
100%.
Oh, yeah.
in the
100%.
fucking world.
Especially if you have
and
a
the
business.
fact and the
Yeah.
for even if you don't have a business, just for like there's so much shit you can do in Excel.
It just speeds up everything.
And people who don't know the value on how to use Excel, I'm just like, fuck, take a goddamn course. Go on YouTube, figure out how to fucking use Excel. How it will help you in your day-to-day life for just planning stuff, doing things. Like, you need to learn how to use Excel. If
Excel
you
is
don't,
one
like,
thing,
you're
yeah.
fucking...
Well, then there's people who just like hate any sort of technology and they're not gonna fucking fuck with anything.
Well, I found
Well,
those
then
people just
good luck
lazy.
living your stupid life.
Stupid.
I'm telling you,
Thank God those people won't be listening to this.
They won't be able to figure
Yeah,
it
they
out.
won't figure it out.
you simpletons, like...
Amish people.
No, like think about where we're going in the world for technology. Like not learning it is not going to help you. Like being
Especially just the
oblivious to it and just being like, oh, I'm not going to need it on.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the
you're
worst.
gonna
That's the
fucking
worst
need it.
mindset.
You're gonna fucking need it, and then you're gonna be coming crying to guys like me and be like, "Yo, can you like, how do I start
How do
my
I do
car?
this?"
I don't know how to start my new car, like, because it's it's a
The
electric
worst
Dude,
car."
wait, hold on one second. Is there a specific person you're talking
No,
about?
I'm not talking about anybody specific.
Yeah.
But
Go on, Kevin.
there are times where I get phone calls from people like, "How do you do this?" And I'm just like, "Are you really that fucking stupid?"
The
Like,
worst part
seriously, I
though
need to tell
is
you how
when
to do
they
this?
complain about their shit not being able to do stuff, and it's like, no, you idiot, just learn how it works. Like, figure out how to do that thing instead of just complaining, oh, it doesn't do this.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit, it doesn't do that.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? Like there's a YouTube video out for it.
Exactly.
Now, if you can't
A
do that,
simple Google
that's
search.
what it is.
And
That's
that-
exactly what it is. That's all it is. That you gotta learn how to use YouTube.
And that's part of my thing is like that the information is literally at your
Exactly.
fingertips. People be like, "Oh, how do you know how to do this?" And it's like, well, at first I didn't, and then I googled it,
then I
and
spent
now I know
5
how. Right? It
5
literally
seconds
took me
typing it
5
in.
seconds to figure it out.
Well, it's like before when there wasn't as much like technology. We had libraries. All the fucking information you wanted
Yeah.
in the fucking library, in the encyclopedias, everything.
Obviously,
fucking
that was a little bit more
That's-
difficult.
Yeah, it
right?
was.
But
like,
now you have no excuse.
Yeah.
yeah, it's much easier to obtain,
Yeah.
but people still ain't gonna do shit.
I'm actually on the other end that I'm so scared that one day I'm gonna lose the Like I'm not gonna be able to understand it anymore. Like I'm scared of that
Oh.
day.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, like,
scared
because
of
I
that
look
day.
at like I don't know if my parents are a good example, but
No,
Just-
no, they didn't grow up in
when
the,
you do look at someone when they get to an age and we're like, I just don't care now, and I
Yeah.
just need somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
that guy.
I know. I'm
'Cause
so
I'm-
scared.
I don't
dude.
think so. I don't think it's gonna be like that.
Because I'm
I'm
so
scared.
I don't know, man.
I'm so
My
involved.
dad's getting there.
Wait.
I had to download the podcast onto his phone.
No,
for him
I
because he was
understand
just
all that
like-
stuff, but it's like look at the
Us,
age that we
us,
lived in, and
us.
us, like everything's kind of being adapted to how we kind of are and how we like handle the technology, and it's just gonna become easier. They're not gonna make it
No,
fucking
no, no.
harder.
See,
no.
no.
And also, it depends
That's
like what
true.
you want to do. Are you
Yeah.
gonna fucking go and do all this crazy shit? It's still gonna be kind of adapted for you, but it's literally it's working to a world where it's easier and easier to do shit.
But have you seen kids these days?
They're more advanced than us.
Yes. So that's what the scary
So
part.
you're
We're-
thinking it's gonna cater to them then?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the money is. We're gonna even though if we're spending a little bit of money, they're gonna be spending more. So you have to cater.
Yeah,
to them.
because most of
That's
the
what I'm scared.
population is.
I still think we're gonna be able to figure that shit out.
Till what age? Forever?
I think as long as you make an effort to stay up
as long
with
as you're
it.
still in like
Yeah, yeah.
in that
And
technology
that is our
world.
mindset right now.
Yeah,
like I research and Google shit all the time. Like to even like the simplest stuff. Like
Yeah.
you know, I was gonna clean my guns the other day, and I'm like, shit, you know, like I need
gotta
to
learn
make
the
sure
right
how
way.
to take it. Quick Google search, put in the models. Oh, bang! Took me 5 seconds. Oh, now I know how to take my gun apart, put it back together, clean it, and everything.
That's what I learned. Like I
Right?
pretended to learn at the course, but
Yeah. Well, the course is so generic because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
depending on the gun
Yeah.
you're learning on or whatever, right?
and you're just trying to pass.
Yeah, right. But then here I'm taking my AR-15 apart and putting it back together, and now I'm so comfortable with it. I'm like, okay, this is great. But all it took is a Google search, and on YouTube, basically, it walks you through everything. So when people make excuses on not learning something, I'm just like, you're lazy. You didn't learn it because you're lazy.
exactly.
Yeah.
Don't call me to install your printer.
Unless it's something very specific.
Shit's plug and play these days.
Printers are so easy these days. It's ridiculous. They should, the thing is, like now, see the things we had to go through. Like my younger brother and sister, they can't do. Like I was like, dude, we had to find these drivers, like online, this, that, and they wouldn't even have them properly set up.
Or you
there.
had to go to
Yeah.
Device Manager, uninstall the
Uninstall
driver, and
this, that,
reinstall the
yeah.
driver because you knew that's all it was.
Yeah,
You just had to
just
you
do
know,
that, tweak
do
that,
that,
yeah.
and that's all it was.
Yeah.
And now,
They won't
like,
understand
if
that,
I
though.
see somebody younger than me
Yeah.
that can't do like that kind of basic shit,
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy shit. And that's the,
But it got easier for them. You can't really blame them. Though.
We appreciate it because it's hard.
I don't know.
I think that I don't know.
That's
what
all
it
it
is.
is. That's all it is.
But
'cause
part of me is like, really, you don't know how to do this. Like, you're younger than me. Like you grew up with this.
Yeah.
Like we got we transitioned into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They grew up with it. So like you should have zero excuse of knowing.
I'm telling you,
not
because it
knowing
was
how to do
hard and then it got easier
It
for
got
us.
way
It's like,
easier.
oh man, this is wicked. We should all be able to do this. There, it was only easy for them. They're like, fuck it.
You think
don't give a
anybody nowadays even has to click on their My Computer or anything?
it. No.
They don't go
They
in
don't have
there.
a clue.
Honestly,
They don't
though,
go
I think some things are harder now. Like if something goes wrong, it's a lot harder to troubleshoot it now.
I don't even think these
For
kids
older
are,
Because
shit.
they're so complicated. No,
Maybe
for
for older
newer
shit.
shit.
What are you
even.
saying? Give me an example.
Like I've set up printers and stuff, and I've run into issues where it was just connectivity issues and stuff wasn't talking to each other, and I just could not figure it out.
Really?
Were you
Yeah.
using like a non-USB like
Yeah,
fucking
it was
RS-232
wireless.
fucking
You
don't even
printer?
need
No,
a
that was the
fucking-
problem, though.
You
It
don't
was
even
like, it was
need a
supposed to be
computer.
wireless and
You don't
shit.
even need a computer for a fucking printer. I plugged mine in. I print shit off my phone. From my phone right to my printer.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
true,
what you're
yeah.
talking about, Kevin.
I know. I ran into trouble though, and I tried Googling stuff. I just couldn't figure it out because there isn't just that simple. Okay, this wire's attached here, and like.
Did
you try turning
plug-
it off and on?
No, that's what I mean. Like I tried. No,
Did you
I
put it in
tried-
rice?
I tried all these fucking tricks that normally would have worked, and they just didn't because the
Basic
stuff
What,
isn't.
oh,
very
you're a little bit
simple
younger
now.
though. You're a little bit younger. Do you know about the drivers and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like this, that's what I'm saying though.
What
The
about your
stuff
floppy
isn't
disk?
as simple anymore because it's not just one wire connecting to one wire. It's like it's this wirelessness of it, and it's just and different devices
I find that
communicating
way
with
too easy.
different.
Even any issue I have, I always like.
It was probably just a shitty designed printer,
Yeah,
but
that might be it.
But still, that's what I'm saying. You can
I think
still
the
run
other
into that.
reason some people are better at others, and this is how I learned, is like I wasn't scared if something broke. I would just do it. Like I just start screwing around until it started working.
Well, on my PC, I always knew how to reformat it.
Yeah.
And I always like, all my important shit is on the side. Like, it's not going to get fucked up. If I even crash this goddamn thing, that's why I was like, I had ease of mind. I'm like, fuck it, let's keep going. And
Exactly.
if
Yeah,
I
just
went
keep
too crazy,
trying
reformat the
different
motherfucker.
things. Yeah.
But how many kids have even been in the command prompt line or even know how to use it? Even basic stuff like just looking at your IP config.
Well, they don't, dude. Kids don't even know how to like fix their routers. Like,
that
dude,
one.
they don't even know. I'm like, dude, your
Basic
internet's not
settings,
garbage.
They literally just plug it in.
Yeah,
put on
they're
basic
like, oh, it should
settings.
work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you adjust it and shit. You fuck with
Change
it.
the channels.
Yeah. And like you could put certain things primary so that if you want like my Xbox
I have
or
mine
something.
done like that too.
Yeah, my
Like,
Xbox
I
is primary.
I prioritize all my stuff and everyone else's secondary.
Exactly. Fuck everything else. Oh, like if I'm on my Xbox, I don't want my shit to slow down.
Yeah,
or anything.
You guys need to understand that what you guys are talking about, it's more advanced, and you guys fucking look down on people who can't do that. That is more advanced shit. So fucking
Yeah.
shut
You know
the
why?
fuck up.
That's
Could
what
Joel
I'm
say that?
saying.
You know why? Could Joel say that? He has no idea how to do his
No,
router.
I know how to do that. I actually know how to do that. It's just that you guys are actually going like pretty damn advanced. It's like normal people are not going to do that shit.
Yeah.
They're not even going to care.
That's the thing
I
that they're
haven't-
complaining
And you
about. They're complaining about these routers. I'm like, dude, learn it then. It makes your life so much easier.
But trust
so
me,
much
you
easier.
guys came up with it where because even for me, I had to play catch up. I had to like go back and learn things that were already developed and out by the time I was.
Yeah, that's why I was saying
growing
you.
Is that
up.
because
You
of
understood.
afterwards?
You understood. Maybe Gajo.
Is that because it was too plug and play for you?
Yeah, it was already
A
plug
little
and play
bit,
by
yeah.
the time he got into it.
And then once it hits that point, you don't know the basics because you never had to learn them. You never had to grow up with
You
them.
didn't get the
So then
experience of
It's
fucking
harder
with it.
to get into the advanced.
I get it, but I still look
when
down on
don't
you.
work it.
I'm such a nerd. I'm such a nerd that I'm at that. Like I always wanted to learn coding, and now I'm actually like going through coding school myself just because I wanted to learn coding. I want to know how to.
I learned. I wanted to know. I learned a little bit,
Google
but then
actually
it
has
got too complex. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm out now.
Google actually has this app that makes it super easy to learn coding, and it's called Grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
It's free,
Young grasshopper.
and
How does it make it easier? In which way? Like how?
it goes through the full flow from the basic coding, and then it slowly works out your
a
way
teaching-
up. It's a
teaching
teaching
app?
app.
Oh, okay.
It's called Grasshopper. So if any of you guys are kind of interested in that,
Download that right now.
I was
Down-
actually pretty good at it.
download
I took like
Grasshopper.
computing sciences and stuff like that in university. Took the first one, I killed it, but then I just didn't fucking do anything with it after.
I remember my first coding course. I was like, yeah, this is not what I'm into. This fuck this shit. And I bounced. And then I went into networking instead. But now for some reason I just have this passion for coding. I want to learn how to code. It's the future, man. I want to write my own app one day.
That's one of my things. That's one of my things I want to take. I don't give a shit if it's the simplest thing. Like 10 people use it. I'm like,
I just want to write an app. I want to write an app one day. That's my goal.
It's getting way too easy though.
Yeah.
For that too.
And that's what I mean. Like, so now I'm kind of at that point where I'm like, yeah, it's easy enough that I can do it.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like I remember when I had to code, like now they have these compilers which will literally tell you on this line you've got an issue, and then it just takes you to that.
Literally, these can be the
these are your problems that you need to address.
Yeah.
Back then, when you ran it, it would just say error, and you had to go through every
line
code,
by line.
literally to look for a freaking comma or something stupid like that.
It could be anything
that broke your line of code.
The space even.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's what drove me nuts. I was like, yeah, fuck this, man.
That's why
I don't have patience for
that's
this.
why only certain people's mind can handle that shit. Man.
It's still a lot like that. Like
It is, but it's a lot
the
easier.
deeper shit, the bigger shit is.
Yeah.
We're talking about make a simple ass
The
app.
basic apps, it'll
like Flappy
basically,
Bird.
yeah, I'll tell you. But anyways, that's me nerding out on that. So yeah,
Anyways, what were we talking about? Facebook.
how
Well,
people
like,
should know basic knowledge on
But
on
Facebook.
technology.
Facebook and phones and shit like that. I want to go into how the fuck it's so fucked up that our phones are always listening, and then like you talk about shit and you see the ads after.
100% it happened to me, and I shit you not. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was I talking
Dude, it
about
happens
that
all the
day?
time.
It
We're
happens all
talking
the
about
time,
that one root beer one.
Yeah,
And
that's
Yeah.
when
it was
that's
like
when
a random root beer.
Yeah, that's when it opened my eyes.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even just root beer. It was an alcoholic root beer, I
Yeah,
believe.
it was.
Right? And we're like, oh, it's just like root beer, but it's all alcohol, blah, blah, blah.
It was a very specific
and
brand.
we,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
went and bought it, I think.
Yeah,
I
we
think we
did.
went and bought it.
We were like,
And
let's try this
grab
out.
it, right? And we come back and it's on our fucking phones.
Yeah.
And that
Fuck.
after that, then I started noticing it. Then I got really freaked out.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, who cares now anymore?
Yeah.
No, but like I was talking
I'm
about
okay with it now.
I was talking about my shoulder fucking, it dislocates and stuff like that to like somebody. Literally today I was going through my Instagram and like it was like the shoulder mobility fucking thing on my Instagram. I'm going through my Instagram, it was like a sponsored fucking post.
Honestly, I think Facebook are like the biggest.
They
Facebook and Instagram.
yeah.
Well, Facebook,
Facebook
Instagram,
also,
yeah.
right?
So it's Facebook again. Yeah.
So this WeChat now is really taking off. It's huge in China, and what they're doing is they're within WeChat you do everything. So it's kind of like WhatsApp, but it has like you can send money in it. It's got like a social aspect to it, and now they're saying that that's going to be the next big thing.
That's where I feel like WhatsApp is fucking up.
WhatsApp?
They need to find groups.
Again,
Yeah.
Right?
owned by Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine. But WhatsApp killed it, right?
Yeah.
They took the best out of everything.
WhatsApp killed it to a certain point.
And then they stopped, I believe.
Yeah,
Once
because
Facebook
like
bought them.
my thing with WhatsApp
Yeah.
is like I'm a UI guy, like the user interface, like it needs to be fresh, it needs to be refreshed often. WhatsApp has looked the same for so goddamn long, it drives me nuts. To the point where I just
Just the look?
Just the look. I just
I don't
feel-
care about looks.
I know.
I'm a,
I like it.
I want
It's
little tiny.
comforting.
Yeah, I want little tiny additions.
No, for me, well,
they have been doing?
well, that is obviously new features is a big thing, but for me, it's you need to make it feel fresh. You need to make it feel like if you look at how your phones update, your messaging starts to look nicer, the font, the typeface, the colors. These guys have kept the same archaic shit. Like, update the fucking thing, make it look
Yeah.
cooler, make it look nicer, make it feel like a 21st century messaging app. Like it's just the same.
I feel
old
like
shit.
there's a chance you could ruin it too. That's
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
They try to make
Because
it really fancy.
people don't like change that much.
I'm just saying the UI. I'm not saying like change how it works.
No.
Just make it.
I know.
Feel.
Look, but people don't like that. But I agree that maybe you could have themes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. Like you want this one, or do you want to change it up? The look, you could have themes.
That's like change your wallpaper
It
on
was
the back.
funny when they fucking added stories to that. Then they started
Oh, yeah.
adding stories to everything. Then there's like memes and shit,
Yeah.
with, like stories on calculators. There's,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
stories on
Yeah.
fucking everything. these days. That's so funny. As
That was
fuck.
the craziest week.
That was the
The
fun.
stories on WhatsApp is so useless.
Nobody do.
Huh?
Yeah,
Only
it
my
is-
mom uses it.
I know.
Exactly.
Every once in a while, I'll get
Literally, when I go through my
Literally only my mom on it.
100%. She's the only one that I see one. from.
100% only one out of my all of my contacts.
out of the hundreds of contacts.
It is kind of like
That's
shitty
true.
because you're gonna throw up a story and it's like usually something you want like people to see, but it's like anybody who has your number will see it. Not like you can add them or any. It's anybody who has your
Yeah,
number
it's a
saved in
weird.
their fucking
It's a
WhatsApp.
weird one. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're making it worse now because guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna integrate Facebook Messenger as well as Instagram
Into it?
Instagram messaging all into WhatsApp.
Fuck, they're gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that gives a different company.
They're gonna ruin.
I fucking hate Facebook Messenger for some
Same.
reason.
Oh, dude.
Facebook Messenger's the worst.
And it keeps asking to be my normal one, like my number one. It's
Yeah,
like,
why the fuck
you,
would I
buddy.
want you? Like, why would I
Fuck
want
out of
you?
here with that bullshit.
It's the worst, man. You guys have even downloaded?
I have it
I
down
had to
because
download it because some idiots would send me
Every time
somebody would
every
send me
time
a
I would
message.
find out, I would log in on a computer then. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not downloading that fucking stupid bitch.
Dude, it's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Facebook Messenger, hands down, is the worst. But now that's
I don't even know why.
This whole thing is-
It's not, like legit, like actually, it's not that bad because you can make calls, whatever. But fuck it.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just because it's Facebook. That's
I-
why.
yeah.
Even
Is
though
it?
WhatsApp is Facebook, but at least WhatsApp has the encryption.
Yeah.
So at least I know my shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it has the encryption, whereas the other stuff doesn't.
And I think Messenger is just so fucking in your face.
It is.
It is.
It's like,
100%.
Oh, then it stays there.
Dude,
then it stays
comes
there. I'm
up-
like, get
yeah,
the fuck out of here.
It's like, I don't fucking want you. Like, I'm watching YouTube videos. Fuck
I'm
off.
done with this conversation. Fuck out of my face.
Exactly.
It is 100% the worst. Like, first of all, why are you on Facebook messaging me? Like,
We have so many other ways to communicate. Why the fuck are you messaging me on Facebook?
why are you messaging? Why are you forcing? I don't even open my Facebook. The only reason shit gets posted to my Facebook is because I have it linked to my Instagram. And the only thing I use is Instagram. And so that's the only reason something goes to my Facebook. So like when somebody sends me a message from Facebook, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing on Facebook? Why are you on Facebook?
Oh, well, like our parents.
No,
Our
I'm
parents.
talking about some young people too.
Oh,
I'm like, dude, I'm like,
Those fools.
you're a fool.
Yeah, what are you doing?
The only way I
Sorry,
ever
you
use
fools.
Facebook is for like the marketplace and shit like that.
Yeah.
That marketplace annoyed me too. I posted, okay, I was gonna sell my Jeep. I had because I put big wheels on my Jeep and stuff. So I was gonna sell my original Jeep tires. So I took a picture of the Jeep with the tires on it, and then I put a photo of just the tires. And I said, set of 5 tires, wheels and rims for I think it was like $1,000 or $1,200.
Let me guess.
People
thought
thought
it
you
was
were
the Jeep?
Yeah, selling
Dude.
the whole Jeep.
How many kilometers on the Jeep? Wow, what a great deal. I'll take it today. I'm like, I don't know how many people had to message back being like, are you stupid? Did you not read the title of the posting?
Again,
Why
those
wouldn't you
people are
just put the
stupid.
fucking first wheel, only the wheels?
Because I wanted somebody to see the look of what the
Yeah,
wheels
yeah,
Is that
look
your
like.
first picture?
Because
No,
a
the
normal,
first picture-
intelligent person would want to see how it looks.
The
on a
first
Jeep.
picture was the stack of wheels, wheels,
Yeah.
and then the one rim sitting in front of it, and then the
Yeah.
second photo was the Jeep with them on it.
Exactly.
Right? Polished up, making it look good, so you get an idea of how it looks.
There's a lot of
the
dumb people
amount
out
of fucking, I shit you not, it was over 15. Why so cheap? How many kilometers? How many miles do you have
That's
on
what
it?
I think people need consequences for asking
What
stupid
year?
questions.
What?
There should be up downs, right?
Yeah.
Vote up, vote down, and then like your profile shows you how stupid you are. or
If you
something.
keep
banned
doing
for
stupid shit,
an
you're
hour.
banned for a week from commenting on shit because you're an idiot.
And again, I think that has to do with how people don't know how to use technology. It's just
No,
stupidity.
that's not even
reading.
technology.
No, no, no,
That's
no,
just
no, no,
reading
no.
lazy.
You can't blame technology.
That's
on that
literally
one.
being lazy and not reading.
No, it's not even lazy. Just stupid.
Reading
You're
comprehension.
stupid.
It's just you're not reading it and paying attention because people don't pay attention to what they're doing anymore.
Like,
They just
if-
kind
if that
of
doesn't
half-ass
click
everything.
in.
The funny thing is, you're right about that. People don't realize what they're reading.
Yeah.
How many times have you pulled out your phone to look at the time?
time it is?
Put it back in your pocket and be like,
fuck.
"Fuck, I didn't even look at the time."
I know.
And then you just like stared at it, didn't
Yeah.
comprehend it.
But do you think it's that, or because do you ever use it as a awkward thing too? Sometimes.
Yeah, all the time.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
all
my
the
get
time.
out of.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I think
stare at
that's.
it and
I'm
the
so
screen's
used
off.
to using. Is I was like, oh, I don't need to look. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Then
try
I
to-
accidentally do it when I'm trying to look at it.
I try to telepathically make somebody or make something happen on my phone.
Yeah.
Somebody message me, yo,
Call me
something
right
happened. I'm
now.
bored.
If you're gonna message me, message me
If
now.
I'm in a conversation with somebody I don't want to be a conversation, I will literally bullshit a phone call. I'll be like, "Yo, I gotta take this," and I'll pretend like I'm swiping something. I'll walk away.
Dude, there should be a special button on your phone. That it
Well, there's
rings.
apps and
There's
stuff that
apps
do
that
it.
make you do fake phone.
Yeah, yeah.
But you gotta set that up
You gotta set it
pre-hand.
up pre.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like if I double tap the volume
Yeah,
button
yeah,
down,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna send me
yeah.
a fake call.
Yeah.
That way I can just have my hand in
And
my
the
pocket.
fake-
No,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure a lot can work like that.
Oh, you
just
can
have
set it up that way?
up. Yeah, you just have to set it
Oh.
up.
That's legit,
So take
man.
the 10 minutes to set it up.
Oh,
and you're
I might
set.
have to do that.
Do a nice little combo, you know, A, B, left, right, left, right.
Up, down on the volume buttons.
On your little, if you like have one of the phones that have a code in there, you know, put a special code.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what one.
yeah.
Yeah, 911. Give me another.
I'm in an awkward conversation that I don't want to be in. Get me out of here. Yeah, I think on that note, we're going to wrap it up. So the thought of the day is spend some time. Don't call anybody else for your tech support. Fucking Google it first.
Google it
Google it,
yourself.
you-
Google it
YouTube.
first. If you don't know how to do something, don't call somebody and be like, "Oh my God, how do I do this?" Google it first. Literally, you can write in exactly
Whatever you were
what
going to
you
message
need.
to the person, put that in Google.
Put that in Google.
You don't even have to write it. You can say it.
You can say it. You
And if you
ask your assistant. Be like,
Okay,
how
Google.
do I do this? All our phones just went off. Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Just put it in Google. Find the YouTube video first. And if for some reason, after learning from that, you're unable to do it, then by all means.
don't call Jora.
Then by all means,
somebody else.
call Gurjot. But,
Adapt, guys.
Exactly.
Everyone adapt to where
I think
the
people
world
are
is
lazy.
going.
I think people are just like, you know what? Somebody else will find this out for me. I don't. You know what? Instead of me looking for it, I'm just gonna call somebody and hope that they do it for me. I think
Yeah.
part of this is the whole
Laziness.
entitled laziness
Yeah.
culture that we have.
It might even be like being closed-minded and be like, no, I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
It's weird because in my mind I'm like, I don't want to seem stupid and not know this. I want to learn
For
this.
me, it's a sense of satisfaction.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
I get put into a situation where I need to learn how to do something, I Google it and then I try it. And if for some reason, like I start a fire by mistake or something like that, then I'm like, yo, I should call somebody on this one.
Yeah.
Well, first thing first is like, no, man, how do you do this? Can I do this? Like, do I need some really specific tool that I don't have and that's why I can't do it? Otherwise, Google that shit first, figure it out for yourself, then call somebody if you can't figure it out. And
Yeah.
then don't be scared to be called stupid because at that point you will be. At that point,
Because you are and you need help.
No, but it's not bad. As long as you try and figure it out and solve
Yeah.
it yourself, I find like if somebody called me and was like, "Oh, I've been trying to figure this out and make this work," I wouldn't feel as bad if I can tell they actually did try
Yeah,
something.
if I put you through the questionnaire, like, did you turn it on
did
and
you do
off?
this? Did you do this? Did you do this?
Did you
they're
turn
like,
it
"Yeah,
on and
man,"
off?
none
Is
of that
it
worked.
plugged in? I've had people literally like, this won't start. And I'm like, did you turn it on and off? They're like, yeah, it's not doing anything. I'm like, okay, just grab that power cord and just kind of follow it. Oh, it wasn't plugged in. I'm like, okay, then.
There's your problem.
I hope you feel as stupid as I think you are right now.
I think you have to develop and maintain your problem-solving skills.
100%.
How can
Yeah.
you figure this out? And
Don't
some
become
of it,
lazy.
Some of it may be like getting somebody else and like helping and stuff like that. Shit you learn in school, you
Yeah.
can't figure it out.
Shit you
Go
learn
ask for
in
help, but like always try first.
And don't become lazy.
Yeah.
And it's a life skill, and it'll apply to other things because like,
everything.
if you have a car that broken down and you can roughly figure out what it is, it's just that it's exactly that, it's problem
Yeah,
solving.
life
Yeah.
is just one big problem to solve.
Exactly.
Like every day we're just going through running into problems and solving.
You know
them.
what? Well said.
No.
Well said. It's so
Yeah.
true. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And it applies to everything, career, sports, everything you want. You have a problem in
Exactly.
front of you, figure out
How do I get this ball in the
exactly.
net? That's a problem. I can solve
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Adapt.
It's everything.
What's that saying? Adapt, overcome, and
It's improvise,
Improv-
adapt,
yeah.
overcome.
yes.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. That's the thought of the day. Don't be lazy. Learn something. Teach yourself something.
Adapt,
Google
and
it.
problem solve.
Yeah. Problem solving. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate all your feedback. Hit us up at ltbcast@gmail.com. ltbcast on Instagram. That's kind of our go-to on that one. And we love your guys' feedback. And keep on sending in suggestions on what kind of topics you want us to cover, or even suggestions on who you want us to interview. If you got some cool people that you want us to interview, hit us up, let us know, and we'll try to arrange that.
Or tell us how much we suck.
Yeah, either or.
I
'cause
know.
Don't tell me. I'm the best.
Hashtag Preeti
Tell me and
2020.
I'll tell you.
Hashtag Preeti 2020. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Apple and Facebook.
Stupid.
Oh, you go.
I
Oh
think I'm
fuck! I forgot.